Ladies and gentlemen, this is a monumentous occasion right here in this spot. We have one hiker with us here, but Vintage and I just crossed over the last hill that we're gonna climb on our PCT adventure this year. That high water mark is, just as the camera came on, was right at 7,000 feet. And
hill in the United States.
Yeah, so the reason she said that is because we are going to leave in 2 days and go up to Canada and go over to a place called Manning Park, and it's about 7 miles from the border. And we're going to hike down from Manning Park, down meaning south, to the terminus that we were unable and are unable to get to from the north side because the trail is closed due to the fires that caused us to leave Washington. But back to this point here, we are now 20 miles from finishing our PCT hike this year, and it's 20 miles out of Sayad Valley, and those 20 miles are literally every step is downhill. So which is kind of a revelation that we have not seen during our entire trail. This is pretty crazy that we're going to finish all 20 miles downhill. We're not doing all 20 today because we've already done 20 today, and we're going to do another 8 or 9 today and finish up and then get the rest of it in the morning. Wasn't supposed to rain. There's supposed to be a 1% chance of rain today. It's rained on us all day. Our legs and feet are soaking wet. We're cold, a little bit tired because we got up at 4 this morning and started hiking early because we had such a long day. And in the first 2 hours, we were only able to get 3.4 miles because we were on top of some peaks, peaking 7,000 feet, but it was right in the rocks. It was just so rocky and bumpy, and it was pitch black dark. We couldn't see anything. So it was an exciting morning. But the wind has been whipping pretty good, but now looks like the clouds are lifting a bit. It's certainly not getting any warmer. It's at least, or at best, it's 50 degrees out here. It's cold, and the wind is whipping a whole lot more than it was supposed to be. In fact, we weren't supposed to see but 3 or 4 miles per hour, and it's certainly been well above that, in the teens, maybe 20s. Rain all day. But that push that we just made was we've been looking forward to for a while. So and by the way, today is Wednesday the 28th of September. I think it's our 125th hiking day. It's either the 125th or 126th. But like I say, we're finishing up tomorrow. We'll get these posted, and then we'll get up to Manning Park and cap off the PCT for this year, pretty much covering every mile that we can cover, and we'll give you a full roll-up on the miles and what we were unable to because of the fires in Washington. But I'll leave you with that. The trail now is very nice. You can look at the surface. I've decided for myself anyways, of the 9 factors that go into how quick a person hikes along the trail, the factor that's most prominent for me, and has the most impact, is the trail surface. And when it's rocks and boulders and things like that, it is the worst. When it's like this, it's definitely manageable.
Did you tell them about the cool bear we saw?
So I'm going to tell you about a cool bear we saw. So a bear about 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago, we were coming down a ridge on the trail, and all of a sudden Vintage stops in front of me, and she says, "Bear!" And it was about 100 meters up in front of us, and he was hiking straight up the trail right towards us. And he stopped, and we stopped and looked at each other for a few minutes. We pretty much decided we didn't want to go back because we just didn't want to go back no more. And he lives around here, so we figured it was his responsibility to clear the trail. And within a few seconds, he decided that the same thing we did, and he turned and headed on back down the trail the opposite direction. We've also seen 2 snakes this morning. They are brown snakes, total brown. One was a foot, one was probably 2 foot. They look like a little bit like slugs almost, but thinner, snakier. And the thing is, it's cold, and these snakes were laying right on the trail and not moving. Neither one of them moved. So Vintage is going to look it up and find out what kind of snake those were. But that was snake 43 and 44. So now we've seen 44 snakes, 4 bears, had 4 rain days, had to get off trail 4 separate times for unexpected events, and had a 4-day injury that caused me to not be able to hike. So I am now convinced that 4 has been our Achilles heel this year, or our risk number. So more from that. Well, this is getting to be a long video. You're getting a hike along. You're probably all getting dizzy and seasick because the bouncing phone. But that's where we're at now. 19.6 miles away from Syad Valley and PCT finish for 2022 of the Oldish Amblers.